Welcome back to Better Balance, Safe for You. Hi, I'm George, a Taekwondo master with over 40 years of Taekwondo experience in teaching as well as in training. Before I get to your first exercise that we're going to show you today, I first want to explain what's really going on with our bodies as we age. It's a very fancy word called proprioception. It's the ability to understand our space. A good example of this is, have you ever seen a newborn trying to walk for the first time? They wobble. In fact, it's absolutely amazing. They don't topple over every time they take a step. But over time, a relatively short period of time, they understand and their body learns that center of mass, that area of space, proprioception. And before long, they're walking just fine. Unfortunately, though, as we age, we reverse that process. Proprioception, we kind of lose that sense of space. So our first exercise today that I'm going to be showing you is what we call Kimase punching or double punching, and we're going to use our horse stance. If you ever talk to a physical therapist, they'll tell you that there's two really good exercises that we could do as seniors to help out our balance. And one of them is the squat. We call it the horse stance. In fact, over the next several videos, I'm going to show you 4 specific stances that you can put your feet in and move your weight around. That's going to also help out your balance. But for today, we're going to be talking about the horse stance. So what is it? Well, it's like we're riding a horse. You get your feet about twice your shoulder length, and then you squat as if you're riding a horse, keeping your shoulders back. And you really want to work these muscles here. To get a better exercise, you can even bounce up and down if you want just a little bit. But for today, we just want you in your horse stance. Again, your feet pointing forward about twice your shoulder width with your shoulders straight back. All right, so what do we do with our hands? Unlike with physical therapists, they want you to do squats. Not for us. We're going to add something to it. We're going to add a forward motion, and that's our double punching, what we call Kimase punching. So my left hand comes out like this, and my right hand comes in to my right side, right about waist high. Notice the position of my hands. My right hand is facing up, my left hand is facing down. A good way to understand this motion or position of our hands is, think of our hands as cups of water. My right hand is full, my left hand, I just emptied it. So as I move my arms back and forth, I twist my wrist as if I'm dumping the water out, and then I'm refilling it as I bring it back. It's a fluid motion back and forth, and also making sure that your arms are extended all the way out. So you want to go back and forth with our hands just like this. A side perspective is that, once again, we're squatting as if we're in a horse stance. My left hand is out, and I'm moving my arms back and forth just like this. When you start, you're going to find that you're going to be leaning a little bit. Every time you do that forward motion, you're going to lean. If you practice this over and over again several times a day, within a week, week and a half, you're not going to find yourself leaning, which means now your body is starting to relearn our sense of space, which again will help us from not falling. Now, when you do this exercise, studies have shown that our minds can do 2 things really well at one time. But when we add in a third element, well, something goes away. Over the series of videos that I'll be doing for you, you're going to keep on hearing my 2 main rules. One is to always breathe, and 2, never block with your nose. Never block with your nose rule, we'll talk about that in other videos. But for today, we're going to talk about breathing. Because what will happen is you're now in a horse stance, so you're focusing on your legs, and you're really concentrating on your arms movement and your hands going back at the same time. This is also what we call cross promotion with our thoughts, and it's also going to help out your cognitive thinking process because of what you're doing with your thought process. Unfortunately, you're going to forget to breathe. Don't feel like you're alone on this. All of my students, they will tell you, I'm always harping on them, breathe, breathe, breathe. Here's what it's going to sound like when you do your punches. Every time I have a motion going forward or even towards the side, I take a breath out. What this does is I'm bringing up energy from my interior and expending it out. So it's Over time, it will become second nature, but initially it's going to be tough for you to continue to work on your breathing as well as your double punching. Make sure you practice this several times a day, and again, over a few weeks, you're going to actually start finding that your balance is in fact a little bit better. In our next video, I'm going to be talking about the ready stance. Overall, I'm going to show you and teach you 4 different stances that we can have your feet and your weight distribution, so it's going to help out your balance as we move forward through this journey. Again, to find out more about what we're talking about here, go to my website, balancesaveforyou.com, www.balancesaveforyou.com. And until the next video, I'm George, a Taekwondo master with Better Balance, Safe for You.